Hey guys, it's me, Mike Nelson here, founder of WholesalingHouses101.com. So, what does apples have to do with real estate investing? Stick with me guys as I teach you an analogy that will never have you overestimating the true value of a property. So, why am I holding two apples in my hand, and how am I going to correlate this to real estate investing? Well, I've been eating healthy lately, and what I realized is that when I go to the supermarket, I'll pick up an apple, I may pick up two apples, and they don't cost the same amount. Why is that? Okay? The reason being is because they charge you per pound for an apple. So one apple let's say one apple weighs a pound and the other apple weighs a half a pound. If they charge me 50 cents for an apple per pound, I'm going to be paying 50 cents for one, I'm going to be paying 25 cents for another one. Why is that? Even though they're both apples. Well, one may be larger than the other one. That's why I'm going to pay more for it. So what does that have to do with real estate investing, and how can you use this to evaluate properties? Teach you guys a little secret. Stay with me, and then I'm going to give you guys a tip on how you will never underestimate the value of a property. So, if you have a property that is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, you're going to want to compare that one to get the value of another property that is similar. You don't want to compare that property to a property that's 2 bedrooms and 1 bath or 1.5 bath. You want to have similar properties. So, how do you go about doing that? There's a ton of sites out there. If you don't have MLS, okay, you can use sites like Zillow. I love Zillow. You can use sites like Redfin or Trulia. There's a ton of sites out there that will give you the value of properties and you don't have to pay for them. So here's what you do. You look for properties that have sold recently within the last 6 months, okay, that are similar to yours. Similar square footage, similar style, similar bedrooms, similar bathrooms, similar build. If one was built in 1900, you want to compare it to something that was built in 1900 to 1910, make sure it has the same style, same bedroom, same square footage, okay? Remember, we want to compare apples to apples. So, how do you go about valuing that property? You're going to look for what that property has sold for, the property that's similar to yours. Okay, if it's sold for $100,000, you know that if your property has the same bedroom, similar square footage, similar bathroom, similar style, then that's the value of your property. Now you got to make sure that that property was recently rehabbed. Make sure it's in similar shape, or I'm sorry, not similar shape. Make sure that it was rehabbed and it's up to date. Okay, now you do not want to compare your property to one that has 2 bedrooms or 1 bath, but sometimes you may have to do that. Now here's a little trick that will have you guys never underestimating the value of a property. So what you want to do in that case is, if I have a property that's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, okay, 800 square foot, 800 square foot, and I have a property that is similar, but it's only 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 900 square feet, okay? What I'm going to do there is I'm going to estimate that my property is similar to that property, okay? But I'm going to be generous and I'm going to say that my property will probably sell for maybe $5,000 to $10,000 more than that other property. Why? Well, because my property, depending on the area, it may be geared towards more so families than single individuals. So that's why I'm gonna say that my property is maybe worth $5,000 to $10,000 more than the other property. All right, now let me give you a different scenario where that might not be the case. Let's say if I have a property which is 4 bedrooms, okay, and 2 baths, and the only comparable sales that I'm seeing is 5 bedrooms and 3 baths or 4 baths. Now what I'm going to do in that case is I'm going to estimate that my property is going to sell less for the property that was recently sold that I'm comparing it to. So I may subtract my value by, $5,000 or $10,000, and that's being generous just to say that, okay, I understand this property was is different, more bedrooms, more bathrooms, so I'm going to underestimate the value, and I'm going to say mine is worth, maybe $5,000 to $10,000 less. All right, guys, that's my tip for you. Let me know how it works. I want to know what you think about it. Leave comments below this video. If you haven't subscribed to my blog or my YouTube channel, do so by clicking these links right here. All right, guys, remember, compare apples to apples. Mike Nelson signing out. Let's flip some houses.